Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Now, how do you feel about the eventual death, of National Concord or Concord Group of newspapers?
Well, I probably would not want to talk about that because I was very close to MKO. He brought me very close to himself. The reason I don't really know, but he trusted me. And I remember he didn't like people trying to find out what was happening in his family. So even though I was very close to him, I had no interest in trying to dig into what was happening in his family. So I only know about MKO. I don't know about the family. And throughout my tenure as editor, it was when Concord went into trouble with government twice that he invited me to family meeting to explain my own side, what happened in Concord, and why government was fuming and made life uncomfortable for him. So outside that, I don't know much about what is happening. Unfortunately, he is dead, and the family takes over. What the family is doing and the decision that they take, I'm not private to them, and I have no idea what is going on.
Okay. I like the way you parried that question, but I'll still ask you some questions about MKO Abiola. Other than what you have just said, what else can you tell us about the late Bashir MKO Abiola? I understand you had a fantastic relationship with him. What else can you tell us about him?
I was close to him, and there was a reason. The very first time when when you made me editor, of course you tried to my boss is trying to teach me how to produce a newspaper. That's when I mean how to produce a newspaper. So many things come into producing a good newspaper. The relationship you have with the public, the relationship you have with your publisher, people inside, your independence as an editor, so that you will make the paper what you want with good interpretation of the objectives of the owners of the newspaper in interpreting what they wanted. So learning that, within I think 6-7 months, I went into trouble with government because I published something which the government thought I was influenced, not knowing that it was 100% my decision. They thought that it was Abiola that influenced me to publish it. It was not true. It was 100% my decision. I got information from outside about the BCCI that they said that throwing a whole lot of money into bribing a number of people in Nigeria. So I published it, and the government felt that I published the stuff to embarrass them, which was not true. I published what I knew influenced the economic situation in Nigeria and the people we were. Government didn't like it. IBB government shut down Concord. So Abiola knew nothing about it. Unfortunately, the day that I published it, he was in my Aso Rock, and they embarrassed him. They asked him what was happening in his paper. He said he didn't know. They didn't believe him. So after, when the whole event, everything ended, he told me that I had to be close to him. There was nothing wrong with the story whatsoever, but the timing was not right. If I was close to him, I probably would have delayed the publication by a day or
the publication of the story.
Yes, by a day or two. You can see how that interferes with the work of an editor. You have to know that. So from that time, he said I should be closer to him so that I will understand certain things in taking my decision. From that day, we became very close. And I think I was one of the few people that at any time I wanted to see him, 12 midnight, 2 a.m., I'll get there. Wherever he was, he will bring me in and I will sit down there, even with him in his study, bedroom, and everywhere to ask him whatever I needed to ask. And of course, if someone asking me how to be a good editor, I will give him advice on that. Great. Okay. That brought two of us very close together. And what did I find out? Abiola was an extremely courageous person. Extremely courageous person. The second, he was generous to a fault. I can tell you his generosity was more like a disease. Because if you met Abiola and he had only 10 naira and you tell him that he needed money, believe me, for the life of me, Abiola will give you 9 naira and keep only 1. It was, I mean, we traveled to Calabar for an event, a public event. He was there. I mean, that time it is not known that we don't use cash anymore. He came there with sacks of money. He dashed people money, everyone. He dashed the money till he completely ran out of money. Then he turned to me, said, "How much? Give me whatever you have." You won't believe it. He collected money from me and gave to people. I was shocked. He was more like a disease to this man. And in terms of journalism, I doubt if we will have publishers that will be so much interested in journalism like he was.
Wow.
I'm telling you what he told me and what he did, not what he told someone to tell me. Abiola wanted me to make Concord, National Concord, the best in Nigeria. He challenged me and I said I will not sleep. Thank God, before he died, he said many times that he was impressed with what I did.
Interesting.
He gave whatever I wanted.
He provided.
Yes.
Interesting.
I remember when we had problem with government and government stopped monies everywhere that belonged to MKO and Concord Press. So we were really hard up. So the management tried to get him to see how we can bring money from overseas that we could continue doing what we were doing. That is during the June 12th problem. So, well, I don't know what happened. He didn't feel like. So I phoned him. I said that I wanted a favor from him, that I wanted to see him. He said I should come to the house immediately. I went to the house. He asked me, he used to call me Nsikak. He didn't get the acquired accent very well of Nsikak. He used to call me Nsikak, dropping the last K. What really do you want? You know, I will give you. I said, sir, I wanted you to give us money for us to produce these things that these people have, government has killed everywhere, stopped everywhere that money was coming in. He said to me, I thought you were coming to ask for a favor for yourself. I said, no, that was the favor I came back for. He said, okay, I'm going to give you. Go back to the office, tell the chief accountant to come and see me. So I went back to the office, I told the chief accountant, he went and saw him, and he provided the link and we collected the money.
Interesting. Interesting. I need you to tell us, yes, I need you to tell us about your last encounter with him. When was the last time you saw him alive? What did you discuss?
Yes, the last time I saw him alive was when he came out from where he made the declaration in Lagos Island.
Ekpetedo declaration.